I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and I have been an Android user for 13 years. I actually started with the very first Android phone ever on the market, the T-Mobile G1. And after 13 years as an Android user, I just bought my first iPhone. So this is the iPhone 13 Pro. And I just wanted to share my perspectives from being, again, a kind of avid Android user and then finally making that switch. So I love that this is such a kind of advanced piece of hardware at this point. They've really worked out all of the bugs and things, and the iPhone Pro is just solid. It's got this super strong glass on the front, so you don't actually need a separate screen protector for it. And it's just bristling with all kinds of different sensors and switches and things. One of the things I really love, because I am a professional photographer, is that it actually has this incredible camera module here. And I'll get to that in a moment, but that was one of the things that convinced me to get the iPhone 13. And going with that, it has a really incredible screen. This is the Retina display, so I was really blown away by the quality on here. And it's about almost 20 times more pixels crammed into this screen than on that first Android phone that I got so many years ago. And you can see you just get so much quality. I mean, even just looking at this screen with another camera here, I can almost zoom in and get really crisp detail, really beautiful color rendering. And I really love that. It's an HDR screen. It's got an excellent dynamic range, excellent number of pixels, almost, I think, 400 DPI on this screen. So that just makes everything that you're doing on it look really vibrant and beautiful. And you can see those HDR photos that you're taking in their true color and clarity. Another thing I love, the Notes app. This was kind of an unexpected thing that I guess is a native app on the iPhone, and you can easily make notes. You can take pictures of something to make a note. You can check items off. So I've got my video list here. I can check off this iPhone video and I'm done making it, and it's just there on your home screen. It's super easy to access, and you can even take a picture of a document, take a picture of if you get a report from your doctor or a receipt or whatever, and then it's actually searchable and you can find those things in that Notes app. So I love that. It's so easy to take a note and have that for the future. Another thing I love is that the iPhone really feels like it's designed for creators. It's really creator friendly. I've got here some software from Adobe for video editing, and it's just really snappy, easy to use. And it renders video very quickly. So it has quite a powerful processor in the phone, and it's able to render those videos really rapidly and just make it really easy for me to do edits, to do video creation and any kind of creation really right there on the phone. The Wallet app is another thing I found to be surprisingly, super helpful and cool. You can actually scan your credit cards and load them up into this wallet. And then when you're ready to buy something, you just open this app, you pull up the credit card that you want to use on the screen, and then you just tap this to a compatible reader in the store. And it actually makes the purchase through that Apple Wallet with that credit card for you. So you don't have to carry all of your cards around necessarily. You can have them all loaded up here, and it even works. I'm in the Bay Area. It even works with a Clipper transit card. It works with vaccination records. You can get so much stuff just right there in the wallet. And I love that that frees me up from having to carry, a bazillion different credit cards around all the time. Another thing that's super helpful is the App Store, and this is just makes it easy to get new apps. I like that with the iPhone, it's just one hardware platform really. And so every app just feels like it's had a lot of effort and work put into it, and they just run really consistently because the developers aren't having to deal with all these different types of hardware. So again, really easy to get those apps through the App Store, and you're getting that consistent user experience. And I find that a lot of places will release their iPhone app first, and often they make updates first. So you're kind of getting the freshest, newest copy of whatever you're trying to download on there. I think my favorite thing, though, and really, again, the reason that I ended up getting the iPhone Pro, the iPhone 13 Pro, is the camera. And I'm a professional photographer, and the camera on here is just incredible. I mean, the detail that you get, And the different options you have, again, there's 3 different cameras on here on the back, and there's actually another camera on the front. So you've got so many cameras on this. And what it allows is a lot of versatility. So you can see this is the standard camera, and I can take pictures of things. We get great color rendering, great dynamic range. It's using a lot of really good functions to be able to create that, and it's super easy to just snap a photo of whatever you're photographing. That's a standard camera. Then we also have this zoomed in camera. It's a physical, longer focal length that actually zooms optically, and we can get in super close to whatever we are photographing. It's about a 3 times optical zoom. So it's also great if you're out in nature, if you're taking photos over a distance, if you're trying to get a nice portrait of somebody close up. Really great function with that. And then we have the wide camera here, and this actually zooms way out, and you can see you can get the whole scene into the shot. So I love this for big groups, for big outdoor settings, taking pictures of buildings where you want to get the whole facade. It's just a great ability to have, again, 3 different cameras you can easily cycle between. There's also some great settings for video. You can take video in that full HDR where you get the whole dynamic range. Great to have that. There's cinematic video, which lets you change the focus points, and there's a slow motion. You can also take portraits in this portrait setting, and that allows you to do these really cool lighting effects when you're taking pictures of people in particular. And it allows you to take these photos where the background ends up really nicely isolated. And then finally, this is the panorama mode. So if you're taking a photo at, for example, a big, beautiful outdoor scene, you can get the whole width of that in one panorama. So as a pro, this was just a no-brainer beyond a certain point to make the switch to having that incredible camera on the iPhone. And particularly the Pro, the 13 Pro, does have those 3 different cameras. So you have so many different options and flexibility for your photos. Now, being an Android user for so long, I expected to have a big learning curve. I'd say it took me about 2 or 3 days to get the basics down here. I'm still learning all the functions on the iPhone, but I'm just really pleased with how it's worked for me so far. So I would say if you're an Android user, I still use my Android phone for certain things, but if you're an Android user and you're thinking about making the switch, it's been working great for me, and I really love my iPhone 13 Pro.